is a sports journalist. Esther Subway, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Jane. Thanks for having me.
Good morning.
Well, I mean, just the questions that will be busting in everyone's head is, how disappointed did you find the Team Nigeria Olympics?
I will shock you. I wasn't.
Okay.
I wasn't disappointed. Nigerians keep shouting about being disappointed. Nigeria has been at 18 Olympic Games, and out of that 18, we didn't medal in 8, and in a few of them we won just a bronze medal. So outside of the Los Angeles game, no, not Los Angeles, the Atlanta Games in 1996, Nigeria has never done well at the Olympic Games. So look, why should we be surprised? We're not an Olympics country, as far as I'm concerned, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, that is true.
Your submission is kind of very funny, but let's look at it. What did we do wrong in the Olympics?
It's not about what we did wrong. It's about what does Nigeria do wrong.
Okay, so
that makes us not to be an Olympic country.
Okay, so this is where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So you said that in 1996, that's the best outing Nigeria's ever had.
The only good outing. If you say it's the best, it's like we've done good outings before.
Okay, so the only good outing that Nigeria's ever had.
Yeah.
So what are the things that we need to continue to do? First of all, to have a good participation at the Olympics. Now that the Olympics has gone, we have the Paralympics.
That is correct.
What are we going to be doing? What should we do differently to bring in medals? It looks as if Paralympics has always been the one to bring us medals.
Paralympics win medals all the time. They never fail to medal at any Paralympic game. So I believe they're going to do this time around, and we need to appreciate them. And it's great of the minister to finally say we are upping what we give to gold medalists from $5,000 to $15,000, which is not enough if you ask me. A small country like Serbia gives about $172,000. I'm not saying we should go that much, but look, if you push it to 100, actually, I think you can have Nigerians wanting to be a part of that.
Nigeria needs money. We need money.
I'm telling you the truth.
We need money.
So the Nigerian government needs to know that if you bump that money up for a good medal, I mean, Nigerians are very resilient, and you could just see us getting medals. But going back to the original question, you have to understand that, look, when you look at the medal table at the end of the Olympic Games, what you see are countries that run well. When you see the US, you see China, you see Japan, you see the UK, Ireland, and countries like that, it's because they have structures. Nigeria is a country that is an ad hoc country. You want to, there is African Cup of Nations in 2 months' time, they drop money, bring the best players, before you know it, they go there, smash and grab, Nigeria wins, we say yes. Olympic Games is something you have a country that makes plans. It's a 4-year, 8-year program, 16-year program sometimes to get a gold medal. So you take your time. We have a president who came in May last year, and Nigerians want the price of Gary to be 100 naira. It's not going to work. So there's a deception in the mind of the average Nigerian. They don't know how countries are molded. When you live outside Nigeria and live in countries that work, you discover that, look, before they got there, they had challenges, and they built things over time, patiently. Nigerians are not patient. So look, for now, I don't see us ever doing well at the Olympic Games. So you can see anything, so remove the minister, remove the federations and all of that, but I think we're still going to come back to the same results. Maybe once in a while you can see this resilient Nigeria, like Chioma Ajunwa, for instance, take a jump, get a gold or things like that. That's what is going to happen. But say we are going to have a systemic way of winning gold all the time at Olympic Games, I don't think it's going to happen.
I know before you ask your question, I just want to jump in with this. So if you look at the individuals in this game, it talks of the likes of Ofili, he talks of the likes of Toby Amuson. They've been doing well at the worst stage. So they
were not products of a system in Nigeria. They are individuals.
But they came to represent Nigeria.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, but we are saying the same thing. Yeah. These are Nigerian individuals. Like you, for instance, as a great broadcaster, it's not because there's a system that molds great broadcasters who want to be broadcasters from their youth. It's because you decided to go to school to train, to go to the necessary, broadcast schools and all of that. Your personal desire. That's what Toby Amuson is doing. That's what Chioma Ajunwa did. A personal desire. That's what Nigeria depends on. It's not because there's a system that brings that into play. That's my point.
All right. So there was, a huge outcry after the Olympics, and putting it together cumulatively, Olympics and Paralympics game, Nigerian government will be spending, 12 billion naira. And then people felt like, people were shouting. It was as if the money was given to the minister to go and buy gold, to go and buy medals. Yeah. So but do you think it was a wrong investment, and what can we start doing from now on to ensure that 12 billion naira, spent in sports would, of course, it's a mega amount compared to how much you have to spend to produce a gold medalist. But how do we put these funds in a proper place?
See, look, you see, Nigerians complain because of the problems going in our country now. We need to commend the president for that, realizing that sport is a youth thing. There is Olympic Games. I'm just coming into office. He doesn't know anything. He dropped that money. Great. It's not to buy medals. You don't buy medals. Before he came into office, the preparations for the Olympic Games were already done. Those who were going to win medals were already set in the different countries. If you check Nigerian performance before that time, outside of Borodudu, who was rated number 2 in her sport, that's a silver medal, which she can bump to gold if she is lucky. But unfortunately, she got injured. Yeah. So Toby Amoson was rated 5th, despite being the world record holder. So there was no medal there. So if you look at all of that, we didn't have a hope for any medal. So the president gave that to say, look, I support the youth. I support sports. Now, what we need to do with that is to hold him. Look, you love the youth, you want them to do well. On a yearly basis, there's a plan for Olympic Games. It's not in the year of the Olympics that you drop money. You don't buy the gold. You build for it. So we start building from today. Let him bring more money. That's it. Bring more money for sports. Begin to discover young people. Then, 3 of our girls were among the 12 finalists in the long jump, if you recall. That's medal if we work hard for the next Olympic Games. Toby Amoson herself, I don't know how old, maybe 28 now, right? So I don't know if at 32 she will still be there. Then there were a few other, the basketball team. Yeah. And then of course you have the weightlifters. And then Adekuru, I think is younger than Borodudu.
Yes.
Yeah, so look, so those were the model prospects we were looking at before. So if we hold those areas and then start working on discovering new talents, targeting the 2032 Olympic Games and putting the right things in place, I guess, and the president bringing money on a regular basis for training and all of that, travel abroad, test your opponents. If we are going to meet at the Olympics, you're meeting them already in different places. I worked for many years with Daniel Egali, and he gave me a breakdown of how he was able to leave Nigeria, go to Canada and win Olympic gold for them. So I understand that it is not an easy thing. So you stay on the president, whoever is the minister, keep working on that, and probably by the next Olympics, these long jumpers may win. If they don't win, target 2032 for us to get 2-3 gold medals, and then we are successful.
I have one question.
So he's saying something, and I want to bring it into perspective.
Okay, yeah.
So I spoke with the badminton president of Nigeria, and then so part of the experiences he shared was the fact that the hotel he stayed in Paris during the Olympics game actually had, I think it was Denmark, bringing their under 19 team, handball team, to the Olympics just to gain the experience.
Absolutely fantastic.
So, and he also mentioned a lot of things that you mentioned. That part of the problems Nigeria have is the fact that our athletes start qualifying in the year of the Olympics, while some of the countries, their athletes qualify 2 years before the Olympics. So they have 2 years to actually plan. But for us, there's an uncertainty. Am I going to qualify? So they qualify in June, and Olympics is like July, or they qualify in May, Olympics. So there is literally little or no preparations for them, going to face people who had been preparing for over 2 years for that competition that you have a medal in. Is it achievable? Is it realistic in all that Nigeria is facing presently to actually start mapping out money every year and say this is going into basketball development, this is going into badminton development, this is going into tennis? I mean, we're talking about Aruna Quadri now, Funkyo Shinaike, 7 years at the Olympics, no medal, but we don't even have a worthy replacement that we're sure is going to go for every Olympics game. So can we start seeing government deliberately making that investment?
See, Jane, on a regular basis, monies are voted for these things all the time. Well, I didn't say that government is not funding them. And of course, the international federations of those particular sports support them, like FIFA supports football. So there's usually at least a certain amount of money for training. The problem we have in Nigeria is this. Jane, you need to understand how Nigeria runs. Nigeria runs in the fact that, see, Jane, I see the two of you looking nice. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to lambast the TVC management. I'm talking about Nigeria, not just TVC. I'm talking about every other institution. You, for the viewer right now, is the face of TVC. But you know the important person who is more important than you? The person sitting in the office. And that's the problem. until we begin to realize that the person people regard as the face of the station is more important than you who is not seen. Favor Ofili is more important than every official in the AFN. If we understand that, and they are working, directors, permanent secretary, working to make a 21-year-old Favor Ofili to go and win gold for Nigeria, then we will start getting it. What we have now is that the PEMSEC feels more important than Favor. And when Favor misbehaves, he gets an who is that young, let me not use an expletive, and let her get out. You know, something like, and before you know it, we lose Favor. So that's it. Until we know that the PEMSEC, the director, whatever your name is, your job is to let Favor to get us a gold medal, we can't get it right.
Thank you very much. It's been an interesting conversation, although I didn't ask my question. But anyways, it's good. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. And of course, that's how we wrap up the show for today. My name is Ademola Lawrence. Join us next week as we bring you stories happening in sport, entertainment, politics, and lifestyle.
And my name is Jane Francis Mweze. Do have a great weekend and keep listening to TVC News. Yes.